Dan, I want to pivot to more of your really explosive reporting. I'll read you the headline and then we'll dive in. This is what you wrote. This is the evidence Forbes has that Trump's former CFO lied under oath. What's the evidence?
So, over the course of many years, Forbes has been talking with not only Donald Trump, but many of his top executives about his assets as we're putting together our estimates for the Forbes 400 and the annual billionaires list. Those conversations have led to a series of notes that are kind of a historical record going back several years, where you can see what different people in the Trump organization were telling us. The damning thing here for Alan Weisselberg, Trump's former CFO, is that he, in sworn testimony in the courtroom, basically brushed off any insinuation that he had much to do with one particular lie, which was that Donald Trump's penthouse was 30,000 square feet, when it in fact is more like 11,000 square feet. And he was asked about this repeatedly, and he just sort of said, I didn't even think about the penthouse. And when you go back and look through those notes over the years, it becomes very clear that he did think about the penthouse. He thought about the penthouse a lot, and he was central in trying to push the value of the penthouse that we ascribe to it to be higher and higher each year. And this went on for so many years, and he was so deeply ingrained in the details that what he's saying right now, while we know that they're not true, it's also very clear that he doesn't believe that they're true, because you couldn't simply forget something that happened over so many years and in such granular detail. And that's what the evidence shows.
You wrote that he was lying and this saga began with Forbes specifically in 2009. Why was Weisselberg specifically involved in lying about the size of the penthouse?
Well, Weisselberg was involved in everything to do with Forbes' discussions with Donald Trump about his net worth. Weisselberg was the guy who knew the numbers inside the Trump organization, and he was very heavily involved, along with his colleague Jeff McConney. Those were sort of the two guys who were, Trump's numbers guys who were pushing various numbers to Forbes. And so it wasn't that the penthouse was a unique asset. It was that he was involved very much in the details on every asset, including the penthouse.